So this next question comes from Breathe the Gas. Me and my friend just finished building a massive oil package fuel generator with a flat line efficiency, but we got so burned out from there and stopped playing for like a year. I don't know how to get out of that rut of a headspace, so I figured asking here would help. How do my friend and I continue our game? Do you have any tips? We have a surplus of power now since before we use coal all over the world. Having a surplus of power is a great place to be because once you've done that, you can sort of take a break from really getting in the weeds on building your factory. So there's a lot of things you can do. You have to remember there's a lot of different game loops in the actual game itself. So if you look on the right hand side there's an exploration, exploitation, collecting, and unlocking. We'll talk a little bit about those. Like, first of all, exploration, there is so much stuff you can find that's beneficial to you. Hard drives, slugs, food, berries, the nuts, and the bacon mushroom thingies. Yeah, I really know the formal names. But just to give you an idea of how much stuff is out there to find by exploring, I'm going to use this little mod here so you can see. This creates a light above each one of the collectibles you can find. And this gets to be addictive because what happens is it makes you sort of run around the map and explore the map, and that will hopefully inspire you to find other places to build things that you want to build. So just look here, you see all that? Each one of those lines is things that you can find and pick up and use for stuff. So when you don't want to be quote unquote productive, run around, do that for a little bit. I'm going to turn this off now because it does get kind of annoying. And so if that's not your vibe, then you can also do the exploitation vibe, which is basically going out and like quote unquote claiming territory for later. You can go out and look for resources. If you need Caterium later on, go on an exploration to find that, put down a miner and a workbench, and that will generally, I think it maybe need power as well, I'm not sure. That'll generally keep bad guys away from there. You can also, when you're there, kill all the bad guys, right? Little tip there, if you don't want the bad guys to come back, don't pick up their remains. They will never respawn. So in that way, you can sort of like claim your territory. That I find a lot of fun. Kind of went around the collecting thing. There's also, you can collect tapes for the boombox. Kind of cool. Another big one is unlocking. I would, if you haven't already, set up an awesome sync. Start making coupons because there are so many things that can help you get inspired for your builds in the shop, and you need coupons for those. Just as an example here. There's different types of tools and outlets, but just from a prettying it up kind of factor, you can get ladders, you can do the personal elevator, which is very cool. There's just all these things that you can add to the game that'll make your factories look better. And also, now that you've actually finished your power plant, now you can decorate it. You can make it look cool. Maybe right now it's just sitting on a slab and it doesn't have a lot of like character to it. That's a whole other thing you can do. As an example, I play a lot of video games with a friend of mine, and he does not care about building anything at all. And we played Satisfactory together, and his whole thing was trying to find hard drives, right? He loved doing that because he wanted to unlock recipes so we could, move. He was all about the efficiency. He didn't care about how anything looked. He didn't care about any of that stuff. But he was really into that exploration aspect, going and killing, bad guys, finding summer sloops, obviously, Mercer spheres. That kind of goes under that collecting vibe. And all those things are going to make your building easier, right? You get enough summer sloops, you can really crank up the output of your machines. So you can be able to get some free power if you put them into your power plants. The Mercer spheres will allow you to do the dimensional depots eventually, so you can, oh wow, look at all this. This is a build from a long time ago. I haven't looked at this in a long time. I never finished it. So yeah, there's so many things you can do. You just got to keep an eye on those different game loops. Exploration, going out there, finding cool stuff. You know, it could be a location, it could be resources, exploitation. You know, putting your flag in the ground somewhere. You know, going and killing all the wildlife somewhere, putting down some miners, maybe putting down a little temporary base. The collecting, summer sloops, hard drives, Mercer spheres, cassette tapes, and the unlocking. You know, getting into the awesome shop here, spending some coupons to get cool new buildables. And it's not just buildables. You know, you can get the all important coffee cup. You can also get signage and lights and stuff. And these are all things that are going to make your factories more special and meaningful to you. So hopefully that helps.